BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Oh, hello, welcome to Tom Mason. That's my attempt of doing a Mickey Mouse impression. Today, with 7% left on the camera, we're talking all things the Disney deal. Oh, we're talking about the Disney deal. La 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 la. We're talking about the Disney deal. La 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 la. Hey, oh, it's me, Mickey Mouse. Yep, that's my impression of Mickey Mouse. Now, as we know, this year, or was it last year, Disney said, no more Who, please, and no more Doctor Who, no more Doctor Who, and they've decided not to air, or add on, or broadcast, or whatever the term is, the war between the land and the sea for international viewers. Now, that's a little bit annoying and gutting. Yeah, I quite liked it. It grows on me all the time. We can be heroes for just one day. I will be king, and so forth. So I think that it was a gutting that the Disney deal failed because there was promise, there was potential, but it didn't invest in Who properly. If you're going to invest in Who, Doctor Who, you got to invest in the whole hog, right? You've got to invest in both New Who and Classic Who, in its history and its format. Yes, Disney technically owned a bit of Doctor Who when it merged into Fox, when they went, hello, I'm Mr. Fox. Hello, we're Disney. I want to buy you. Okay, shall we merge? Yeah. And they merge, right? And so they're Disney owned Fox, right? So at that point, you get to the point where it's like, right, okay. So about you own me, we own you, but really didn't own much of Doctor Who. At the time of Classic Who, it's a lot of characters and writers on their own rights, their own bits and bobs as a whole. Hoo-ha to it. But the point is that the Disney went south, and I was rather good. This might be part one of this two-parter. And I think that if you look more into detail of what the Disney deal was, how the Disney deal came to be, what the downfall was, yes, Disney had the badder end of the situation. They didn't get Doctor Who Unleashed. They didn't really. I don't think that the discussion was there as much, but I think there's a lot of further errors you can pick out of the Disney deal. But I think personally that the stuff that Disney brought out is, yes, it wasn't perfect, but nothing ever can be perfect. It was a mixed bag, if you will. Like the story of the engine is such gorgeous writing, and Rogue, right? Yes, we could have had more of the character, but the whole love at first sight thing and the whole Bridgerton-esque thing about it was just so beautiful. Yes, it didn't pay off as well as it could do in the second run of the Disney lot, right? But if Russell sticks around, he could amend that and go, well, what were the key elements that I liked from the Disney version and what I wanted to move forward, but do we have the budget to get Jonathan Groff back for an episode just to tie up that? Or can we bring back Susan to fix that small problem? So there's a few bits it can fix and it can work on and it can mend to make sure that that run of Doctor Who still reflects the... Look, Millie Gibson, Avada and Setu, do apologise if I mispronounced the name, and Ncuti Gatwa were brilliant, right? They should have moved forward past post-Disney, right? They're not the problem. Some of the writing, not 100% the problem, but I do think there's certain errors that were perfect in the first run, but then missed the mark slightly. So I think bringing Rogue back was a bad decision unless you were going to do something with it further. the whole Susan being there was no really ending to it, but if we bring Susan back further, we could fix that and sort of close that off. I think the Rani being around is an excellent choice. I wish we had the Master go up against the Rani. That would have been a brilliant showdown, in my opinion. That would have been the showdown of the century, you know? But it wasn't. So there's a lot of ways you could improve the Disney run. But I think that if we look at how we move that forward and move it further. But I think The War Between the Land and Sea, yes, it's growing on me. I'm liking it day after more and more. But I think that if Disney wasn't involved, I don't think we would have had the ending we had. I think there would have been a slightly different ending, I think. But I don't know, personally, from where I'm stood right now, how much Disney were involved in the decision making at the program end, or whether or not it was just the money the BBC then had to play with, rather than anything else. I'm not too sure on that, but you sort of have to weigh it up. You sort of have to think, well, what's the pros, what's the cons, and what can we improve next time if another streamer wants to be involved in Who, which I'm hoping another streamer doesn't really want to be involved in Who, because I don't think a streaming service of the American variety works well with Who. I think we keep it British, and you get a deal with like HBO Max or something in America, so you get a deal back with BBC America. You get a deal back with ABC Australia. You get a deal back with all these partners that you had previously, so that we can bring them back and we can have it like we did for a while until we work out what we need the future Doctor Who to be. Because I don't think they wanted to have Disney on board because it's Disney. I think it was a financial thing to make sure that we get the best version of the programme as possible. So I think it's all about logistics. It's all about the possibility. It's all about what's the future, what's next. I don't think it was ever about, oh look, it's Disney, Mickey Mouse, run! I don't think it was ever about that at all. And I don't think that's, personally, a giant bad thing that it wasn't about that. It was just about the money, because TV needs more money these days. And I think that if you have to partner with a bigger corporation than people like, then yeah, that'll obviously be a good thing, and that will obviously always work. So, that is the end of part 1 of the Disney deal. I'll be back tomorrow with part number 2. Bye-bye! Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.